Hi, I'm Michelle Asoff. I work as a director, choreographer, and as a teacher at the Broadway Dance Center in New York City. Today I'm going to introduce you to a technique of stretching that has changed and elongated my career, as well as the career of many dancers I've trained nationally and internationally. It's called active isolated flexibility. I was trained by Jim and Phil Wharton, who are with us here today, live at Broadway Dance Center. The first stretch is a pelvic tilt. You're going to contract your lower abs and using the hip flexor, lift the knee to the chest, exhale 2 seconds and release it. And repeat, exhale 2 seconds and release it. The foot is in neutral position, not pointed, not flexed. And release. You'll repeat the same thing on the left leg. And then, again with the right leg, you're going to clear the rib cage. So open the knee side of the chest slightly and take it down so you have further range of motion. Release it and down. And then both legs lifting up, exhale 2 seconds and release it. Again, using those lower abs, exhale and release it. And then we'll take it a little further and roll through the spine, control it on the way down. Watch that both legs are symmetrical on the way up and on the way down. Inhale and exhale. And release it. And then the last stretch, both legs together. Again, you're going to clear the rib cage, pull it down, and release it. And exhale, and release it. The first stretch with the rope is the bent knee hamstring. So when you use this rope, we're going to put it around the bottom of your foot. Always even out the end of the rope, and we'll start with the bent knee. Put your left hand on the quadricep. That's the muscle that's actually tightening in order to relax the hamstring, which we're stretching. So I'm going to straighten the leg, tightening the quadricep. Just feel that muscle work before even pulling on the rope, and then release it. Each time I'm going to bring the angle slightly closer to my chest, and I'm going to assist slightly with that right hand and release it. So again, tighten the quadricep, and assist and release it. And one more time, tightening the quad, extend it and stretch it. Again, the foot's in a neutral position and let it go. Then you're going to take the leg back to 90 and you're going to rotate the foot in. So the leg is still parallel in the hip. The foot is rotated in or sickled for the second stretch. And then we're going to change the angle and actually bevel the ankle. When it's sickled, you're going to feel the stretch more on the outside, and when it's beveled, you're going to feel the stretch more on the inside. Bend the knee, tighten the quadricep, assist, and release. And knee goes closer to the chest, assist, stretch, and release. Each time the quad has to tighten in order to relax my hamstring and stretch it. Then we'll do the same thing, but with a beveled ankle. So I'm going to tighten the quad and release it. Each time trying to get that range of motion a little further and release it. Exhaling and release it. Remember, assisting doesn't mean pulling or tugging on that rope, but you are actively assisting, which means one muscle's working to relax the opposing muscle, and then you only assist at the end of the stretch. It should actually look as if I'm not even pulling on the rope because the muscle's what's doing the work. So bend the knee, you tighten the quad, and only at the end do I assist. I'm not yanking on that rope. The next stretch is a straight leg hamstring. So again, using your lower abs, the hip flexor, you're going to tighten the quad. I'm lifting the leg, I'm walking my hands up the rope, stretching it for 2 seconds, and allowing that rope to slide through my hands and release it to the table, relaxing the quad in between. So each time you want to activate the muscle, lift the leg. So I'm lifting the leg without using the rope, only at the end I assist, exhaling, and allow it to slide through. When we do resistance work, you're going to do the exact same thing, lift the leg up, walk your hands up the rope, stretch it. Now at the end of it, I want you to hold on to the rope and resist the leg resist the leg from going to the floor, walking it down. So you're actively using the muscle that you had just stretched, contracting that muscle that we just stretched. So one more time, you're lifting your leg up, walking up the rope, exhale 2 seconds, and now resist it on the way down to do a little strengthening work right where the hamstring attaches to the glute. Now we're going to take the rope and wrap it around the inside of the ankle. You're going to hold the rope in the right hand, and the left hand is going to go on the outside of that right leg. I want you to rotate the leg in, assist and stretch by pulling with the right hand and pushing with the left, and relax. Rotate, exhale 2 seconds, and release, rotate, exhale. Now staying in that position, we're going to go back into the hamstring stretch. So release it to the floor. Again, tighten that quadricep. Walk your hands up the rope, assisting only on the end of the stretch, and release it. You want to keep the turn in the entire way up and the entire way down. Use the lower abs, exhale, and release. We'll do the same resistance work with this exercise. So lift it all the way up, exhale 2 seconds, and now resist on the way down. You're recruiting blood right back into that glute and hamstring, the muscle we just stretched. The third stretch for the hamstring, you're going to take the rope around the outside of the ankle this time and hold that rope in the left hand. The right hand goes on the inner thigh. You're going to rotate the leg out and assist and relax it. Rotate out and muscularly moving the leg and then assisting and releasing. And one more time, exhale. Now you're going to keep that turn out. Again, release it to the floor. Lift it all the way up, exhale, and release. Watch that at the top of the stretch, you don't let that leg turn in order to get more extension, but keep the rotation out. Exhale and release. And one more time, we're going to do the resistance work. So you're going to stretch it. Now you're going to hold the rope and assist, walking the hands down the rope, resisting all the way, full range of motion until you release it. Now we're going to do the adductor stretch. You're going to take the rope and put it again around the bottom of your foot, evening out the ends of the rope. Take the rope and this time wrap it around the inside of that right leg. You're going to hold the rope with the left hand, and the right hand is going to slide down the rope all the way to the ankle in order to assist during the exercise. So keeping that leg rotated in, drop it all the way to the floor. Imagine that it's the hand on a clock and your leg is at 6 o'clock. Leading with the heel and using your abductor, you're going to take that leg side and assist with that right hand, exhaling, and come back to 6 o'clock. And take it side, exhale. You're trying to get it to 9 o'clock and release it. And one more time, keep the rotation in, stretching it, and release it. Now we're going to rotate the leg out slightly, 1/4 of an inch. Again, we're going to lift the leg and using that left hand over the head, assist with the right hand. Now we're back into that hamstring and bring it back down as if you're doing a battement in second position. So rotate out, lengthen, and stretch 2 seconds, feeling that left side of the back on the floor. And then the last stretch, we're going back to the groin, second position. Think of pressing that arm on the inner thigh towards the floor and come back to a neutral position. You can change the angle of the leg from slightly parallel, a little more rotation, or a little more rotation, whatever you need to feel the stretch. Now we're going to work on the abductors or abductors. You're going to take the rope, again around the bottom of that right foot. Even out the end of the rope. This time the rope is going to go around the outside of the right foot. And I want you to lift up that left leg and internally rotate it or turn it in. You're going to drop that left leg on the diagonal towards the right side of your body in order to stabilize that hip from rolling out. And then go ahead and release the right leg turned out. Using your inner thigh muscle or the adductor that we just used, you're going to cross the midline, assist with that left hand pulling on the rope, and release it back to a neutral position. Inhale as you exhale, stretch it 2 seconds, and release it. Again, you want to keep it externally rotated or turned out. You're trying to keep that right hip into the floor and release. The next stretch is a quadriceps stretch. If you have a towel, you might want to take it and roll it up in order to put it on the mat in order to protect your neck and give it cushioning, or you could use a dance bag, or you could use your coat, or whatever you came into the class with. So you're going to lay on your side. Take the right hand, the back of the hand is on the floor. You're going to take your right foot and put it into your hand. If you can't grab the foot, you can go ahead and just hold on to your ankle. The left hand is going to take the top of the left foot. Both knees are bent and the head is just relaxed down. Using the hamstring and the glute, I'm going to push that left leg back behind me and then relax it. So contracting the glute and the hamstring, take the leg back and release it. Now the left hand is going to come on top of the foot as I exhale. 2 seconds to stretch it and let it go. Again, exhale, holding the stomach to support the lower back and release it. You want to make sure that that knee stays parallel to the floor and not rolled up. So keep that hip forward, squeeze the glute, and release. Always also make sure that you don't arch your back and let your head go. So everything is contracted in the stomach, the glute, and the hamstring. Relax the quad, the hip flexor, and release it. Some people might find that that angle is difficult for them. So you can always use the rope by putting it around the bottom of your foot in order to stabilize that leg. And then again, take the leg back and release it, taking it further each time. Exhale and release it. So some of you might have trouble with the leg that we're actually stretching. If you have any knee trouble, you might want to take the rope and wrap it around your ankle. And instead of now being at a tight angle, you can open up that leg a bit. And now again, using the glute and the hamstring, assist with the hand and release it. Full range of motion each time. And assist and release. From there, once that leg is at the extended position, the next step, you're going to take your heel to your glute, stretching it and relax it. And stretch it and relax it. Once you have that range of motion, you can then try to take the top of the foot, now that you've opened up the hip flexor and the quad, and take it back and release. Exhale, take it back and release. Normal range of motion at the extended position is a straight line from your shoulder to your knee. So as I take that leg back, I want to try to get it all the way back in line with my shoulder and let it go. Good luck. The next stretch is the hip rotators. So I want to take your leg to a 90-degree angle. Again, the foot's in a neutral position. The knee rotates out, the foot rotates in, and it comes back to center. Again, rotate and release. Now with the right hand, palm is on the thigh. You're going to assist to twist that leg and release. The left hand goes over top of the shin. Push right, pull left, and relax. Exhale, and relax. Make sure always using that inner thigh, rotate and release. Then I want you to lift your head off the floor and contract the abdominals. Take the left hand underneath your heel. I want you to change the angle of that leg. So you're actually trying to drop the thigh to the floor. You're going to feel this more in the front of the hip. Squeeze the glutes and release. Exhale. Now I want you to relax your head to the floor again. Take that left hand and cross it on top of your shin. And now we're going to take the right knee and cross the midline, so you're going to feel the stretch more on the outer side of the glute. The more you cross it over, the deeper you're going to feel that stretch. Make sure you're pushing more with the right hand than you're pulling with the left. You don't want to put any pressure on the outside of that knee. So really assist with that right hand, exhaling each time, and release. This is something that dancers really need because we've turned out our whole lives. So lift your leg back up to that 90-degree angle. I want you to put your left hand on the outside of the thigh, and the right hand is going to go behind the thigh. You're going to rotate the knee in, the foot out, and come back to center. Exhale, and release. You're trying to get a 90-degree angle with that leg. 90 degrees, rotate and release. Make sure that you don't actually pull on the calf because I don't want you to strain the inside of your knee. So get used to using your arms and release. Exhale, shh, and release. Now we're going to work on the glute stretch. So you're going to take that right leg and you're going to rotate it out. I want you to put the right hand on the outside of the right thigh. Again, that left hand is going over the top of the shin. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to use the inner thigh. Draw that leg across the midline and release. Exhaling, shh, and release. You're thinking of bringing the right knee diagonally across to your left shoulder. Exhale and release. In order to get a deeper stretch, I want you to extend your left leg and again turn it in slightly. Again, draw that right knee across the body and relax it. Exhale, shh, and release it. The trunk rotators, you're going to take that rope, again placing it on the bottom of the foot. Even out the ends of the rope. Take it around the outside of the ankle as we used the rope earlier, and lift that left leg up, again, internally rotated. Drop it on the diagonal to the right side of your body, and then release that left leg supporting with the stomach. Using the inner thigh, I'm drawing the right knee, again, diagonally across to my left shoulder. Exhaling, shh, and release it and relax. Tighten the quad, use the inner thigh. Exhale, shh, and release it. Again, that foot is in a neutral position. We haven't stretched the calf yet, so I don't want you to point the foot or flex the foot, so you're not going to get any strain there. Exhale and relax. You're going to feel this all the way from the glute into the back of the knee and release it. Now we're going to work on the medial hip rotators. So take the right foot and cross it across that left thigh. Squeezing your glute, you're going to exhale, use the right hand to assist at the end of the stretch and release it. Exhale, shh, and release it. I want you, for the first part of this exercise, lean back on that left arm a little. Squeeze, exhale, and release. Squeeze the glute, exhale, and release. Now sit as far forward as you can with a straight back. Relax your shoulders. Abs are lifted and contracted. Squeeze the glute, press down, and relax. Squeeze, exhale, shh, and release. Now we're going to do resistance work all the way up. So resist it, resist it, resist it, full range of motion, and relax it. Squeeze, assist it, resist it, and release it. For the third part of this stretch, we're going to go back down onto the table. So bend the knee, use the stomach to protect the lower back, and roll through your spine. Go ahead and extend that left leg. Again, you're going to squeeze your glute, use the left hand, right hand to assist, and release. Exhale, shh, and release. To get off the table or off the floor, you're going to hold the stomach, roll over to your side, and push yourself up. If you feel any pain with that ankle crossing the thigh, you can take your towel and put it across the thigh and then cross the leg so you have a little cushioning. The piriformis, which is a small muscle under the glute but does a lot of work for dancers. You're going to take the rope, again, place it on the bottom of the foot. You want to internally rotate that left leg and drop it again towards the right side of the body to stabilize the hip. You're going to use that inner thigh muscle. Grab the rope up high. You can either hold onto a chair if you're at home, or the table, or a friend's arm, or just keep your arm in second. Using the inner thigh, you're going to reach that leg towards the floor, assist with the left hand, exhaling 2 seconds. Bring it all the way up and allow the rope to slide through the hand, release it to the floor. So lift it up, don't wrap the rope around, twisting it. You just want to let go of the rope, grab up high. As you exhale, you can let the rope slide through your hand. You're stretching it, you'll feel this on the outside of the hip, all the way into the lower back, back of the knee, and release it. If you're feeling this on the inner thigh rather than the outer thigh, you might want to change the angle of the leg. So instead of a 90-degree angle, try it at a 45-degree angle and bring it across the midline. And again there, if you're still feeling it on the inner thigh, You can try to rotate the leg out slightly and then bring it across. Everybody's body is different, so try to find the place in your body that allows you to feel it on the outside and not the inside. For the next exercise, we're going to actually make a slip knot in the rope. So take the rope and wrap it around, draw it through, and pull. Now you have a loop for the next exercise. The psoas stretch. I want you to take your slip knot and put it around the back of that right foot or ankle. You're going to take the left leg in front of you to a little more than a 90-degree angle so that when we lunge forward, your knee is directly over your heel. I don't want you to get in a position where the heel comes off the floor. So in order to do this stretch, I want you to squeeze the glutes, lift that foot off the floor slightly, the right foot, contracting the hamstring, lunge forward, and release it. So inhale as you exhale, squeeze the glute and the hamstring, take it forward. You can assist pulling with that right leg to get a deeper, right hand to get a deeper stretch and release it. Again, inhale, exhale, and release it. Back extensor stretch. I want you to bring your heels close to your glutes. You're going to lift your stomach. You're going to tuck your chin. You're going to contract the abdominals around the spine. Open the legs wide enough to bring your shoulders through and come up. So inhale as you exhale. Pull yourself through and come up. I tell my students to try to kiss their belly button on the way down and then put the top of the head on the floor and bring it back up, going a little further each time. And exhale, and up. I'm using my hands to assist pulling on my calf or ankles. The thoracic lumbar rotator. Take the hands behind your head, sitting up straight, shoulders are relaxed. You're going to spiral to the right, leading with the elbow, the eyes, the chin, and release. Take that left hand across, exhale, assisted by pushing against the right leg and let it go. Exhale, hold 2 seconds each stretch and release it. The minute you feel that contraction, you want to let it go and release it, going slightly further each time. Exhale and release it. Then go ahead and extend that left leg. You're going to rotate now. Try to drop your left shoulder to the floor, draw a line on the ceiling with the right elbow, bring it all the way up, keeping that rotation, and relax. So spiral, exhale, release the neck, side contraction, using the obliques, bring it up and release it. One more time. Again, think of a lift and then contract, exhale, and up and release it. So now we're going to do the soleus stretch. I want you to flex the foot, both hands underneath, stretching the calf 2 seconds, release and relax. Flex and stretch, release and relax. We'll do that 8 times. And then I want you to rotate the foot in. You're going to feel the stretch on the outside and release, stretch on the outside and release. And then you're going to do the reverse, stretching on the inside and release, and the inside and release. Now you're going to bring the heel closer to your glute, closer to the butt. The hand again goes underneath. This is going to stretch the Achilles tendon. You might not feel it, but don't worry, you're going to still be pumping the blood and oxygen into that area. Flex the foot and stretch and relax. Again, a 2-second hold and release, and flex and release. The third stretch, I want you to take the rope and put it around the ball of your foot. Sitting up straight, stomachs are lifted, flex and contract that quad, flex the foot. You're going to stretch 2 seconds, relax it and point. And flex, always contracting that quadricep, flex. Now I want you to walk yourself forward. As you walk forward, if you can grab your foot and don't need that rope, go ahead and let go of the rope. Otherwise, keep the rope. At the bottom, you want to drop the head, flex and relax. Tighten the quad, flex, exhale, and release. From there, we're gonna actually rotate that foot in, stretching the outside, and release, and stretching the inside. Again, the head and neck is totally relaxed. Exhale, and release, and exhale, and release. Now we're going to stretch the tibialis anterior. So you're going to take the arm underneath the leg. If this is difficult for you, you can hold it like this, or you can just cross the leg. So most dancers like this position. I want you to go ahead and point the foot. The hand is flat, the thumb goes under